in the gap between Episode 4, A New Hope, and 5, The Empire Strikes Back. We are here discussing Marvel Comics Star Wars issue number 6. Han Solo and Leia Organa have traveled to the Monsoon Nebula to dodge Imperial TIE fighters. Luke Skywalker has headed to Tatooine to try and discover more about the Force. Darth Vader has hired the bounty hunter Boba Fett to track down the Force-strong pilot who destroyed the Death Star. As the last issue concluded, Luke had just found a box in Obi-Wan's hut that says, "For Luke," just in time for an explosion to blind him and send him flying. Enter Boba Fett. Letting Luke know he has a blaster pointed at him, Boba Fett told Luke not to move. Luke, still unable to see, is trying to figure out the identity of his pursuer. Realizing that he may need to take more aggressive actions, Luke brandishes his lightsaber, claiming that Jedi do not need eyes to see. Luke starts swinging his saber haphazardly, but manages to deflect Boba Fett's attacks. Back in the nebula, Han and Leia have found themselves on a beautiful planet, one which Han used often as a hiding place during his smuggling jobs. Leia is considering the planet as a potential base of operations for the rebels, while Han has found his stashed bottle of Corellian wine. Just outside the nebula, the TIE fighters have determined that the ship they were pursuing must be destroyed. However, they spot an unidentified ship containing Han's mysterious pursuer. Luke does not seem to be faring too well against Boba Fett, but in one last push of resolve, he quotes Obi-Wan, "A Jedi can feel the Force flowing through him." A well-deflected laser blast sends Boba Fett flying towards Luke, and either with some subconscious Force power or a well-timed move by R2-D2, the box Obi-Wan had left for Luke flew through the air with enough force to knock Boba Fett unconscious. Luke grabs the box and heads out of the hut, still unable to see. Note that Luke never actually saw Boba Fett, nor got his name, so it's no surprise that he never recognized the bounty hunter on Cloud City in Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Leia, angry at Han's cheap attempt at seduction, throws the wine back in his face. Their typical bickering is stopped when the mysterious pursuer's ship comes into view. Han, looking petrified at the side of the ship, tells Leia that she needs to run, just in time to dodge a laser blast from the ship. Out from the ship walks a woman who calls herself Sana Solo, Han's wife. This declaration caught the Star Wars community off balance, but we know so very little at this point. We are not certain whether or not this woman actually is married to Han. We know that Han is a smuggler, and in general, not a man of upstanding moral character. It's only after he leaves Leia and Luke on Yavin 4 that he realizes he does have a good moral center, and goes back to rescue Luke from the pursuit of the TIE fighters in the Death Star trench. It would be feasible for Han to have gotten married for some reason or another before joining the rebellion, but I think we will find that this marriage is not quite what it seems. Back on Tatooine, Luke has finally regained his eyesight and is powering up his X-Wing. Looking through the box he collected from Obi-Wan's hut, he finds the Journals of Ben Kenobi. Boba Fett, having lost Luke's trail, reports back to Darth Vader. Though Boba Fett has very little to offer Vader, he is able to provide Vader with the young boy's name, Skywalker. This scene is also played out in Darth Vader number 6, where we discover Vader's ultimate plot forming. We now know how Vader discovers that his son survived, and Vader is none too happy about it. Thank you for watching! Please subscribe to keep up with all the insight and analysis found here at Star Wars: The Canon Explained. You can also follow us on Twitter or visit us on Facebook. Till next time, may the Force be with you.